Boom! What up, ladies and gents? Boom is our thing, huh?
Boom is our thing. Like, didn't even realize it until that one video that you created.
Right? And all of a sudden it was like, bam, 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 bam. That's just how we roll. All right, happy Tuesday.
So we
Shut up and sit down.
The Business Bros Podcast was created for you. Learn from the business professionals who come to share their stories. Find out what's working in business, on social media, what's hot and what's not, straight from the mouths of successful entrepreneurs out there doing the real work. And now, welcome to another episode of
Business
Bros. Dude, I said happy Tuesday, but it's Monday.
It's totally Monday.
It's totally Monday. I guess the days just kind of slip together. Whatever. It's just
after a while.
It's another day. It's just another day.
Just another day,
dude. What a crazy weekend, man!
What a crazy weekend.
It's been a bizarre one. COVID has really hit
our family.
Household. Yeah, our family, anyways. Man, but good news. Good news. Father-in-law is doing a lot better. So
that's good news.
Yeah, that's good news. So we'll see. Hopefully he gets the clearance.
Mine too.
Yep. So hopefully they get the clearance to come home here soon. And yeah, man, it was kind of ugly over the weekend. It got a little scary, but all things came through. So prayers, mom's group and everybody,
prayer warriors.
Yeah. So Thank you guys very much. It was quite the crazy weekend. Anyways.
Anywho,
to the Business Bros Podcast. Today's show, we're going to be talking about how to create content for a month. Whoops, I just hit the button on my chair and I just dropped again. Yeah. All right. So how to create content for the month. So where did this come from? All right.
I'm interested because you and I, we brainstorm. We'll do our content for the week, whatever. But now you're talking about content for a whole entire month. What do you got going on?
Okay, so last week we interviewed Matt Yays, right? And Matt has he's the Extend Your Team, he's the VA program, and we've been talking about getting a VA and to help us, set appointments and do that sort of stuff. But I had a conversation with him, and it was more along the lines of, what are you good at? Like, what are you known for? This right here, this podcasting, this doing the interview process, this having the energy when you snap on the microphone. I got asked the other day on Facebook. It was a poll question in a podcast group, and they're like, "Why do people put headphones on?" Right. Aside from the obvious question or the obvious answer, which once you get into podcasting, you kind of understand the interface, right? So I can hear what's going on without affecting the microphone. So that's the technical aspect of it. But one of the answers I gave was,
I mean, I like if I don't have speakers. Yeah, no. Yeah. Because if I have speakers, then the speakers are going into the microphone and it's just going to like echo.
Yeah. You can use AirPods or whatever. Right, it all works the same way. But why these kind, right? Why these bulky ones? And I was saying, look, this is my like superpower. It's almost like a uniform. When the show gets started and I throw on the headphones, like everything else zones out and I'm like energized, right? I don't know. Maybe these electrical cords have like some sort of extra power for the headphones. I don't know what it is, but it like supercharges me. And that's kind of one of my key things in podcasting is I come with the energy, right? When we get on the show, like the energy comes up and I'm ready to rock and roll. And whoever we're interviewing, that energy flows into them. Like we get to pull out some stories from them. We get to pull out some, laughs and good times, and it plays for good content. So as I was talking to Matt about this, he's like, dude, that's what you're really good at. He's like, how many people are you like selling this content to? I was like, honestly, dude, I haven't really been pushing it. We created some funnels here and there, and it's part of our email sequence when you book on the show, but I don't really push it. He's like, man. And he later, like, remember when we first started podcasting, we'd say problems cannot be solved by the same level of thinking that created them. Yes. Right. That was like the beginning part of the Albert Einstein quote. So, he basically laid it out to me. He's like, how many episodes do you do a day? How many people do you interview a week? And I was like, oh, dude, we do 5 shows a day. I'm sorry, 5 shows a week.
5 shows a week.
Sometimes we do 2 shows a day, depending on, how many interviews we can do. He's like, so let me get this straight. He's like, you're talking to 20 people a month that are coming on your show to get more exposure. I was like, yeah, that's usually what it is. He's like, and you're not selling them any more exposure? I was like, damn, well, when you put it that way. So this is where I came up with the concept. I was, I'm talking to Matt, and he's like, man, he's like, I saw your package for the 10 content pieces. So when anybody else, when anybody comes on the Business Bros podcast, what we do is we send them an email after the show. It gives them the full audio, gives them the full video clip so that they can chop it up however you like. But we also offer a package. It's $150, and we'll create 10 clips for you from the show. So now you have content for at least 10 days. Well, I took it a step further. I was like, well, what if I did your content for the whole month? What if I put you on a monthly basis, right? So I was thinking about a price point or something, but I was like, okay, what do people want when they come on the show? They want more exposure. They want to talk about their product. They want to talk about their service. They want to get more of an audience. They want to be able to create content so that's on their social media page, but they just don't know how to do it, right? They even if they did know how to do it, they don't have the time to do it. So I was like, okay,
right.
Well,
That's a big deal a lot of times. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, what can we do effectively? Well, I've learned how to pull a good interview out of somebody. I learned how to get questions out so that the answers can be clips that we can use going forward, right? I mean, a 30-minute show should be able to chop up and get you at least the 10 to 20 clips that we're looking for. I've learned how to create the quote cards that we need, how to create the audiograms that we need. And so I have a process in place for what we do on the podcast. So if you go to our Instagram page or you go to our Facebook page, you'll see the clips and the quote cards and all the stuff that we create for content. And it's very powerful because if you're listening to the show right now, or if you're watching the show right now, one of the reasons why you've either found us or listen or watch is because of the content that we create, whether it's a small clip, whether it's a long clip, whether it's IGTV, whether it's YouTube, whether it's a quote card, whatever it was, there's content out there. And because there's content out there, you found it, right? And that's what creating a brand is all about. So if you're an entrepreneur out there and you're getting started with creating your brand, you should be posting every day. Now, that's not anything new.
Posting something like posting, and here's going on your point of playing to your strength. One of the things that I want to do more of this year is to write blogs, articles, posts. Right, because that's my thing. I tried to follow your lead and to like post Instagram stories after my run and all that. It's uncomfortable for me. It just doesn't, like it's something more forced. But coming up with something to write about, that's easier. To me, it's like I can put my words down. I can articulate the things that I want to say more easily on a keyboard than I can if, the camera's on me. If the camera's on me, I mean, I do okay here on the podcast. I do fine, but we're talking, we're having a conversation. I can converse with people. It's not a problem of having a conversation. It's when that camera's on me and I'm supposed to like provide some kind of value or content. I'm like, bleh.
But see, you're not the only one who has that issue, right? There's a lot of people who have that problem.
Strengths.
So, I've been doing a lot of research for the last 3 years on like, what the hell do I say? Mm-hmm. What should I post? Right. And some of the key things, right? So here's
always post a picture with any written content. The picture's for attention.
The pictures for attention is the catch. Yeah, it's the catch. Well, here's a quick little thing that'll kind of help you. If you're the type of person who's like, what am I going to say? What am I going to talk about? Come up with about 5 different pillars of your life, right? 5 pillars. What, for me, it's business, it's marketing, it's health, it's family, and what was the other one? Oh, podcasting. I think the other one was podcasting, right? So 5 different things in my life. And as I'm going through my day, I can snap a picture of the family. I can snap a picture of, or a video of where I'm at, at a particular business. If I'm doing a podcast interview, if I'm after my run, whatever it is, those are all different aspects that are important to me in my life. And so you get in the habit of creating those little pieces of content for those specific areas. And now you have a little bit of different circulation coming into your Instagram, a little bit of different circulation coming into your Facebook, all those great things. Now, that being said, right, I've heard that. And I'm sure there are people who are listening who have heard that. The execution is the difficult part, right? It's not the concept and the idea. You've heard the concept and the idea. Yeah, you should post at least once a day on Instagram. You should mix it up between Instagram, IGTV, and a little bit of posts. You should make sure you post at least 3 times a week on TikTok. Like, all this stuff, theoretical is great. The execution is what sucks for people. So
that's where the trick is. I mean, that's where the rubber meets the road. That's right. We can plan and plan and plan all day long. The execution it's everything.
So the problem is that you don't have the time. You don't remember to do it. You don't have the time to create the content itself. You don't have the time to chop it up. What if it was done for you? Right?
And then you don't have the time to post it?
Well, you're going to have to post it, right?
Oh, okay.
That we can't take off your hands. That's still going to be your thing. But if we could create all the content for you, if all those clips were made for you ahead of time, you had quote cards, you had video clips, you had all the stuff set up, boom, here it is. Now it's just a habit of set an alarm and post it, right? And that's way easier because it's already there. You're already in the habit of getting ready to post. You just don't know what it is. But if you had it there done for you, you'd be ready to rock and roll. So,
and there is a way, right, to set up like automatic posts, like scheduled posts.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. You can definitely set up those scheduled posts if you wanted to, right? There's Hootsuite. I think it's something like that. But anyways, there's different ways so you can schedule ahead of time so that those things get automatically posted. But again, it comes down to, do you have that content created? Right? Do you have it set up for yourself? So
Sprout Social, CoSchedule, Feedly, Airtable, TweetDeck, Planable, Sked Social, Post Planner. 8 top social media scheduling tools. There you go.
Boom. So
quick Google search.
That always helps, right?
Totally. I mean, that's why you have me here.
Okay, so speaking of which, can you do something for me?
Tell me what you got.
www.businessbros.biz/done for you. I gotta get that on there. Okay, so the whole concept was, how do you get it done for you? That has been plaguing in my mind for a while, and I've hired social media teams that have done phenomenal jobs. They're just very expensive. So there's 2 things here in the realm of the entrepreneur, right? Or you don't have to go to it. I was just gonna have you scroll it on the bottom, but that's cool. You can go to it too. Scroll on the bottom and like post it as a banner. So
you got it.
So the whole thing for entrepreneurs, because I've been thinking about, who's my target audience, that sort of stuff. It's me like 5 years ago. So me 5 years ago trying to create content, I didn't know how to do it. Me 5 years ago didn't have a lot of money to invest into that sort of marketing campaign, but I knew I had to get it done, and I knew I wanted to do it on a regular basis because I knew that establishing a brand was important, and I knew that it could give me referrals and repeat business as often as I needed to. So with that thought process in mind, I put together a program. So the program's pretty simple. All I need from you is 30 minutes of your time, one time a month. Right? So one time a month, we're going to sit down and we're going to have a conversation, just like you hear me do on an interview here on the show. Same energy. I'm going to pull the same type of stuff out of you, except I'm going to have it a little more structured. In other words, we're going to talk about your 5 pillars. We're going to get the content to come out of you, the stuff that you can't really think about when you're hot on the spot right there after a run, right? You're worried about that sort of thing. Look, we're going to get all that content for you, and I'm going to guide you through the discussion. I'm going to record all that content, and now I have 30 minutes of you talking about you, what's important to you, what's important about your business, what services you're offering, what promotions you're doing, what trainings you're completing, all those different things that are all you. Now, here's the thing. It's not going to be Business Bros branded either. We're going to record it so it's just you on that video, all you. And then when we create the content, it's going to be branded with your stuff so that you have your own social media content ready to go. That's 30 minutes that we sit down once a month, and then that we take and we break it up into a number of different pieces. I'm going to make sure that on our program, if you need your content created, it's a once a month interview, and now you got all the pieces of content that you need for that entire month. We're going to create little show clips. So some of them are going to be under a minute, so you can post them on Instagram as a post. Some of them are going to be over that minute marker, so you can put them on your IGTV. You can put them on your YouTube channel. Some of them are going to be quote cards, so that we're mixing up between videos and between standstill photos. Some of them are going to be audiograms, so it's just mixing things up so that you have content for the entire month. And the question that always comes up is, well, how much is that going to cost? Right? Because I've done this before. I've done content and I've hired social media teams to come out and talk and do some recordings. And trust me, when I have like a parody video or we're gonna go do some on-site stuff, I definitely want a camera crew to come with me, and that gets a little more expensive.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
But what we're doing here is to make sure that you have all the content you need so you post on social media regularly. Keep hitting the button with my foot. My chair goes down like a lowrider. So we want to make sure that you're posting consistently. Consistency is the key. How is your audience going to know what it is you do if you're not posting on a regular basis? So I want to make sure that you have everything you need so that you post. Now, if you're the type of person who's going to commit, right? It is the first or second week of January. So you made a resolution to yourself that you're going to commit. And some of you have said, I'm going to create my social media content. I'm going to post every day. And if you do it, congratulations, you're doing what a lot of people can't do, which is stick to it. Now, if we talk again in February and you've skipped days, right? Now it's a different ball game. So look,
just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
So this is an opportunity for you to utilize the power of the Business Bros interviews and the content creation all done for you. So look, there's a website down here, www.businessbros.biz/done for you, because it's what you want, right? You want the content done for you. It's going to require a 30-minute commitment from you once a month. And if you want to send me some pictures of stuff that you're doing, I can incorporate that stuff too. One of the things we ask you for are your digital assets. So what's a digital asset? Those are things like your logo. Those are things like your color scheme. Those are things like the font that you use, so that when we create your content, so that when we create your show clips, it's not Business Bros looking, it's your company looking. It's branded for what you want to do. So this is a monthly program. So once a month you sit down, we take in all your information, we have a conversation. I get you laughing, I get you having a good time, I get you being you, which is what everybody wants to see, natural portions of yourself. And then we're going to create that content for you. So it's going to be at least 10 video clips and 10 quote cards / audiograms for you to rock and roll. And it's done for you. It's set. It's ready to go. Now, the ultimate question always, how much is it? All right. Let me tell you, when I had my, when I first started doing the podcast and we were talking about branding, I was paying a social media team up to $1,500 a month to come and do our social media content. And don't get me wrong, great digital stuff. They would come over, they would record content. We'd go to the Balboa Park, we would record content. It's very valuable if you have a team to do that sort of stuff. But if you're on a budget, right? And plus it's COVID, it's not like we can sit down and hang out very much. But if you're on a budget and you're ready to rock and roll and you know the power of content, then our Done For You program is exactly right up your alley. And it's 1/5 the cost. We're doing $300 a month. $300 a month to get all your content squared away. That's 20 pieces of content at least for you to have everything you need to post, right? Your brand, whatever you need, Brandon. If it's your brand, your logo, whatever kind of content you want, you'll be ready to rock and roll. We're going to create it for you. So you're going to come in, do an interview with me. We're going to get all that stuff out of you. And then we're going to turn around and create that content for you. Send you, we're basically going to share a spreadsheet with you, and I'll have the links for every single clip and every single type of content that we create. All you got to do is click on the link, download the content, and it's yours. So it's ready to rock and roll, done for you. www.businessbros.biz/done for you. Now, here's the catch. There's only so many people that I can work with on a particular month. So if you are interested, if that's in your price point, if you're ready to get all your social media squared away, then you need to get in there and lock in your date. Go to www.businessbros.biz/done for you. See, Brandon says right now I'm paying $400 for Coupon Magazine. Dude, let me tell you a story, bro.
Story time.
Story time. When our very first business came out, it was called PC Cruisers. James and I would walk around the neighborhood with door hangers with little stickers on the bottom, and we would place door hangers on the doors. And the whole idea was, I know you're going to trash this door hanger, but take the sticker, put it on your computer, and when you need help, give us a call. And it worked phenomenally great. But we stepped away from what was working, and we tried to find a shortcut. So I don't know if you guys have it around the country, but here in San Diego, we had this kind of a magazine. It's more like a paper magazine, right? But it's called the Penny Saver. And the Penny Saver was distributed, and they would charge based on your distribution. And we tried to hit the fast forward button on the marketing, which definitely worked. But it was way more expensive. Like we were paying like $1,000 per like a zip code or something. So depending on how many people were in that zip code, we were paying. And then there were long-term contracts. So it wasn't like you could do it one time and then test it out. Ours are done for you, by the way. It's a monthly basis. It's a subscription, but you can stop at any time. If you don't like what's going on, that's cool. You know, we'll part ways. You couldn't do that with these Penny Saver ads. You couldn't do that with the Yellow Page ads. You were locked in, and you committed to doing this many, however many thousand you decided to set in your distribution. You were locked in, and it was way more than $400 back then. So that's the thing, is you don't know who's watching. You don't know who's doing any of that. When you're posting your content on social media, you see right away. You see what's working. You see if your video clips work better than your audiograms. If your audiograms work better than your show clips, you get the engagement benefit, right? So now you post something. The cool thing about when you post something is that people engage with it, whether it's likes, whether it's comments, whether it's whatever. That's what you're after. If you're in business, you're after the lead gen. The lead gen is when people come and talk to you about your particular product or service. But how are they going to do that? You can pay for Facebook ads. You can pay for all those things. And I honestly, once you have the content, I suggest you do a little bit of that. But in the meantime, at least take advantage of the organic stuff. If you have a following, some of your following is going to be out there. And now you can work on the next step. Luckily, Brandon says, luckily we're monthly, so I can start with you next month. Perfect, dude. Well, we're ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to talk to you on a regular basis. Let me know if you have any questions. All right. So here's the cool thing about creating content, right? So most people struggle with that part, and they never get to the next section of that marketing campaign, which is the engagement that happens after you post. Now, we talk about strategies like this all the time. If you have content on your page, if you're posting on a regular basis that directs people into your business, into your pipeline, then you want more and more people to see your stuff, right? Of course you do. So then you take the next steps on what we do. Now it's a matter of, what are you spending your time when you're on social media? I'll tell you what, I spend a lot of time on TikTok lately. But you know what I watch on TikTok? Most of my stuff is people doing side hustles so I can see what they're up to. It's marketing. Yeah, it's marketing people sharing with me how they grab hooks and stories, how they tell hook stories and offers. I have Photoshop people so I can learn how they do little tricks in Photoshop. That's what I spend a lot of my time on TikTok looking at. And of course, there's other fun stuff that pops up. But most of my content is around content creation. If you are a content creator, right? Not as much a consumer. If you're spending your time creating content, the very next step is engaging. And that's going to be when you go out and you spend time in groups of people that you want to associate yourself with. Who's your ideal client? You can go into people's groups that are like that. For example, James and I are focusing our attention with the insurance agency, focusing on lenders. So we're going into lender groups like on Facebook, for example, and we're commenting and we're going through people's stories and we're commenting and we're initiating that engagement so that when they come back and do that reverse search, right? When they come back and click on our profile and they say like, who the heck is this guy? There's content on there to show you exactly who we are and what we do. That's the second step, but you can't get to that step. You can go and grab engagement, but when they come back to your profile, do they see content that directs you in the direction that you want them to go in? Does it give them an idea of who you are? Or is it just the one thing? Is it just your family pictures and so forth, right? Take that next step. First, take control of being a content creator. Then you can get in control of establishing and nurturing those relationships with engagement. So you've gone from being invisible to visible, then from visible to credible, and then from credible to profitable. And that's what
that sounds familiar.
That's Andy Cruz. I'm sure he got it from a book somewhere because I remember him saying that, but I always credit Andy for that line. because dude, it's some stuff, dude. Bam. So that's a month of creating content. Do you think I made it easy for people? Do you think it's like super simple now?
I mean, yeah, all they have to do is go to www.businessbros.biz/done for you, and they can get it done for them. It's pretty easy.
Quick.
The only thing, and the only thing that they have to do is spend 30 minutes a month with you, so that you can record the interview and get them the content that they need.
Dude, I mean, think about it. It's
done.
Fun.
And how much was it?
How much was it? $297 a month.
That's
$300 a month, dude. $300 a month. You get all your social media done for you, ready to go. It's completely up, dude. And here, to me, the funnest part is I get to talk to you every single month for 30 minutes. So I get to, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when you have professional relationships, like now you get to sit down and talk to me and get into my head, right? So think about it. We've done over 450 plus entrepreneur interviews. So use that 30 minutes, not only to create content, to talk about what's going on in your business, what you're looking for, who you're going after as potential clients, but now you get to sit down and talk to me, and I get to pick my brain on, hey, do you know an attorney to help me incorporate? Do you know somebody to help me do my taxes? Do you know, dude, there's so many people in my network. You get the opportunity not just to get your social media done, but to actually pick my brain and grow your network. Get those connections set up. That's what it's all about, dude. So take advantage of this opportunity. Go to businessbros.biz/done for you. Take advantage of that opportunity. $300 a month. Get all your social media content squared away for the month and start taking your business to the next level. Start developing a brand that people know, like, and trust, so they can do business with you because they're going to know, like, and trust you. Bam.
Boom.
Dude, and I'm excited, by the way, speaking of creating content, you're taking that shift into the new podcast that's going to be launching here very soon. You've split your week time. So it's not like you're not doing the show every day. You're just splitting between two different shows, which is content creation, dude. Content creation.
It's content creation. I'm still working on it. It's coming through. You know, I'm working on the logo, working on all the different things. I was telling you just before, when we created the Business Bros podcast, this one, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. And it took us, forever. 50 some odd episodes to,
or more,
to like get a lot of things right. Like even posting on iTunes and everything. I mean, it was pretty simple, I guess, but it still took a while. Now it's like, okay, what's my checklist? Okay, I got to do the website, got to do the Twitter, got to do this, got to do that, got to create it on Anchor, got to this, got it, and it's all right here, and I already know what I'm doing. Checklist, and boom, getting her done.
That's
gonna be a fun one.
Like that, and that's the beauty of taking advantage of what we do. We've been doing it for a long time, so like we're here.
642 episodes.
Woo! So we're here, what we do, the energy we bring, the quality of product that we got, and we're offering everything that we've developed over the last 642 episodes for you. $297 a month, all your content done for the entire month. businessbros.biz/done for you. That's all we got for you guys today, ladies and gents. If you guys have any questions, hit me up on my Instagram and my IG. Or sorry, Instagram and IG, same thing. My Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, all those things are at Business Bros Pod. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. That's all we got for you guys today. Peace.
Bye-bye.
And we're out.
Thank you for listening to the Business Bros Podcast. Are you looking to get more clients or to increase your income? Hernan, the business bro, can help you generate referrals through the power of podcasting. And James, the insurance bro with Pipeline Insurance, can help you effectively add insurance to your existing business. If you are ready to create wealth today and generational wealth for tomorrow, email businessbros@csfirst.com to schedule a free consultation or join the Business Bros Network, www.businessbros.biz.